Hi, I'm Matt Burns. It's Thursday, May 22nd, 2025, and it's about 2:40 Eastern something time. Today was a pretty light day for me. I didn't actually have work today, mostly because I had other things going on and I could not go into my daytime job. But that's all right. I have plenty of hours in there so far this week. And yeah. So one of the things I had to go to today, which is the first thing I went to, was a preschool graduation for one of my piano students. He and his older second grade brother take lessons from me, and their mom has taken lessons from me at different points too. And I was actually invited by this second grader out, or his brother, the preschooler, out to his graduation just like 2 days ago. So I didn't know about it, but I didn't want to cramp the family's moment, And his grandparents were there, and his parents were there, and his brother got out of school for half the day to go see him during his preschool graduation. But I just thought it was really nice. The grandparents told me when I was there, they said something along the lines of, you're a really big part of his life right now, and we want to thank you and stuff. So I thought that was really nice, and I don't have anything written down. Normally I have like a journal for this, but I don't quite have the time today, so I thought I'd just turn on the camera and go. And yeah, I just thought it was really nice over the last 3 days, just the energy from him inviting me to his graduation party, or his graduation, was nice to hear from a kid. I'm not sure if he'll actually even remember this about, his preschool graduation. But it was nice that he invited me. It was nice that his family accepted me coming out, and enjoyed me coming out. And when I was there, I recorded some videos of his whole family for him, and I want to make this little montage video of him and his brother and their piano lessons and stuff, kind of as like an insight for maybe when they get older. I'll sort of narrate it and splice in. It's like a mini documentary almost of like, here's what you're like at this age, and maybe when he's older, and when both the boys are older and time has passed, and the parents or whoever can look back on these little videos and get reminded of like what life was like at that time. So I feel like that's something I can do for them that would be really fun and really fulfilling for me to do. Yeah, and the energy just even of him inviting me out to the graduation, and he's a super cute, kind kid, and I just thought it was really nice. And then seeing his brother there, and then his brother has a friend who's also a piano student of mine, and that kid didn't know that I was going to be there, so it was fun to see him and his parents and grandparents, and to be able to give some energy for them in that way. But yeah, this kind of got me thinking about why I do the things that I do, and why do I think this way? Why do I offer to go out to a preschool graduation for a student and stuff like that? And I could say it's just because I'm a nice guy or whatever. That's fine, but I don't think that's the story of it. I think back to the times when I was a kid, and there are things that I remember, especially from that period of my life with when I was in preschool or early elementary school, and thinking about my parents and my grandparents and what my day looked like, and my aunts and uncles, and sort of the things that stuck with me today, and the moments and memories that stuck with me today and shaped me into who I am now. And I think it was my grandma who said this. I know it's a common saying, but it takes a village to raise a kid. And not that I'm in any way a parent of the child, but I'm at his house every week for an hour, and I see him more than I see my dad, and just because distance and time and stuff like that. And so really, if I don't take on the responsibility of, I'm around this kid as much as a lot of his, distant family, and if I can, I feel like I should take on a role with that kind of responsibility with, the students that I have. Not necessarily that I need to be, worried about how I'm treating the kid all the time. Of course, I want to treat the kids the best I can and do the right thing for the kids, but just to provide them support in a way that a good family member might, because I'm around them so much that at some point, if we are close enough and if I'm kind enough and they're kind enough back, it's kind of like we are a family. So, of course, I get paid to go over there, but that's besides the point. And I should try to offer that because it's important to be that way to kids and to be kind that way to kids. But yeah, it just got me thinking about that and why I teach and why I'm involved in the things that I'm involved in. Why is it music? Why any of these things? And I feel grateful to say that I'm in something that I feel like I'm making a difference and connecting with people in. And it's not something that's easy all the time. Even with these kids, there are certain struggles that you have teaching any type of kid. And different kids have different struggles. Different kids are different people. Kids are people. And working with people can be difficult. And it can be difficult to have the emotional energy to deal with it. But I do find that, I have moments like these that help me connect on a broader sense with the kids. And I think it's important that I take those, not just because, if we're closer, I'll have these students longer. I feel confident in saying that, if these kids left my lessons, or if any kids left my lessons, that I've left a good enough impact on families and kids that I will have other students and I won't be hurting for students years from now. Of course, it takes time to build, a client base and stuff like that. But, I think way more important than that is just being able to be kind and find ways to help kids look at themselves and understand themselves. And the music will come with that. And if a kid can really accept self-understanding, music is all part of self-understanding and self-expression. So I think the kids will have no problem adding in music into their life or supporting music in their life when they get to that point. So yeah, I think it's way bigger than, what's a C on the piano and what's a major chord, what's a minor chord. So yeah, things like that help me feel really good. And it's kind of lifted me out of a little bit of like a slog that I've had lately. I feel like my mind's been really racing, really busy. So yeah, I think later today I've got, some lessons to give. I'm going to take off here in just a minute and drive to those. And the summer's starting up soon, so things are changing, and my kids' lessons vibes will probably change as the summer comes, and I'm excited to see what's up. And yeah, I'm excited for life in general, and hopefully, well, it's a dreary day out here in the Midwest, but hopefully tomorrow's a little nicer. Got my birthday party coming up next week. Should be fun. Yeah, good times so far. Just got to keep up hard work. That's about it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.